And then up next, we have Baker Mayfield. He signed a 3-year contract extension with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And this happened on March 10th. Mayfield was extended a 3-year deal with $50 million guaranteed, but he can also make up to twice that, so $100 million with the contract.
Oh wow.
And this does come after the big Mike Evans extension, which we previously discussed.
Because yeah,
How important was it for the Buccaneers to get this contract done with Mayfield?
majorly important. I mean, he definitely showed out last season. Um, Even in the Pro Bowl, he did his thing in the Pro Bowl. Yeah, I don't see why not. You gotta secure these players for the rest of the season.
Of course. Yeah. Do you think the Evans extension helped with the Baker contract extension?
Definitely, because he needs somebody to throw to. I feel like if they let Evan go, he probably would have went too.
And they probably have to have a decent relationship too, because
Yeah,
they wouldn't have held on to both of those guys for
go
the
to
next
those
few
guys
years.
exactly
So.
if the connection wasn't there. So it makes sense.
And just a little bit of Mayfield history. He
Yeah.
played college football for the University of Oklahoma, but many may not know that he actually started at Texas Tech for a year, but left because he wanted to be able to start in a program.
Hmm.
Do you think this was a good move by Baker?
Yeah, it was definitely a good move. It definitely was a good move. Something different, changing scenery, and he's has a lot of success.
Yeah, he showed more than enough at Oklahoma to be the number one overall pick.
Yeah.
What does this say about how much the Browns wanted him as their quarterback?
Um, they it showed a lot. It showed a lot. They definitely wanted him. It's unfortunate that they couldn't really keep him or last with him, but I think he'll do better with Tampa.
Yeah, I'm sure him winning the Heisman Trophy definitely contributed to him being the overall pick.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah,
Mayfield was with the Browns for 4 seasons before Cleveland traded him to the Carolina Panthers, who he played with for part of the season until asking for a release early December 2022.
yeah.
And surprisingly, the next day he was signed by the Rams, who eventually had him finish their season as a starter. Considering he's now going to start with Tampa Bay, does this show that the Rams saw value in the quarterback?
Yeah. Well, kind of yeah and no, because it's like he wasn't with the Rams for a long time, so but it happens like that. Quarterbacks, some of these teams they don't see the value till they go to another team. So yeah,
Yeah, he did pay Los Angeles back. Mayfield eventually earned the NFC Offensive Player of the Week in the NFL for his comeback game-winning performance against the Las Vegas
Vegas
Raiders.
Raiders. Yep.
So now that they still had Brady, um, but do you think that Tampa Bay was watching this all unfold, wondering about Mayfield's potential?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they was watching. Like, okay, if he doesn't work with them, we definitely want to grab him while it's.
Wondering about when Brady was going to retire.
Yeah, and it makes sense. Definitely.
Yeah, Tom Brady won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just a few years ago.
Yeah.
So are those big shoes to fill out in Tampa?
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like if Brady didn't win the Super Bowl, then it's kind of like, okay, you can be the next up. But it's more so like you have to. You have to.
Yeah, just taking a look at their numbers. Brady's 2022 numbers. His record was 8-10.
Yeah.
His yards per attempt 6.3. Touchdown to interception ratio 27-10, and passer rating 89.2. And then to compare Mayfield's 2023 numbers, his record was 10-9.
Yeah.
Yards per attempt were 7.4, so more than a whole yard more than Brady.
Yeah.
Touchdown to interception 34-12. So he threw more interceptions, but he also threw more touchdowns.
Touchdowns. Yeah.
And then a 96.0 passer rating. So
way better numbers.
yeah, definitely improvement over what Brady had done.
Yeah.
So there are the Saints, Panthers, Falcons, and Bucks. And now that he's had a year, do you think that Baker will perform in the NFC South?
Yeah. There's no question. I mean, looking at these numbers, man, he definitely can get them to the Super Bowl. It just really depends on him.
Yeah, his career is mostly decorated, and he did win the Heisman, which that's a major accomplishment.
Yeah.
I noticed the only Pro Bowl that he made
Was
this last year.
one, yeah.
So making the Pro Bowl as a quarterback must be probably the most difficult thing to do, considering you're competing with many talented players.
Yeah, and a lot of young talent too.
Would you agree that the most difficult position to make the Pro Bowl is at the quarterback spot?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I think so too. How much did making the Pro Bowl factor into the Buccaneers extending Mayfield?
It played a lot because I mean he had such a good season and him playing. I don't know if they won in the Pro Bowl, but I think he played good, really good in that game. So yeah, it played a big factor.
Yeah, y'all please let us know what you think about Baker Mayfield and
Yeah.
how you think he's going to fit in there with Tampa for the next 3 years.
Yes.
So, J&J Sports coming to y'all with more in 2024.